Hey, 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 it's your girl Talia, and welcome to Talia Space, y'all. Welcome to the Look Good, Feel Good, Be Good podcast, where we gonna talk about everything. You feel me? We gonna laugh, we gonna cry, and most of all, we gonna love on each other, y'all. Let's talk. What's up, my social media family? It's your girl Talia. Welcome to Talia Space, y'all. Welcome to the Look Good, Feel Good, Be Good podcast. Okay. I want you to go ahead. Y'all know what it is. Go ahead, go get your wine, go get your water, go get your Kool-Aid, go get your tea. Cause we gonna talk down tonight, y'all. Okay. I already know, if you have been tuning in, my little space is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to feel a little cozy with you guys. Sit back, relax, chillax. You know what I'm saying? I wanted this to be a comfortable setting so we can talk. So we can talk down. Okay. First thing I want to tell you guys is Happy New Year. We made it to 2024. Okay. This is the first podcast of 2024, and I am so excited. I have wonderful things for you guys this year. I know last year I ended off talking about marriage. We're gonna go back to that, but on this podcast, I wanted to go ahead and start the year off talking about manifestation. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but this is 2024, and my bishop, my pastor, have already said that this is the year of more. Okay, but I am a believer that you should speak things into the atmosphere that you want. Okay, you should manifest the things that you want. Speak it out loud. Okay, I saw something on social media not too long ago where this guy said that he go by the 369 rule, and that's basically he writes something down three times in the morning, six times in the afternoon, and nine times at night. And every time he writes it down, he says it out loud. He claims whatever it is that he wrote down, he says it out loud. And so I think that's a good rule to follow. But I want you guys to understand that I know this by personal experience. Okay, years ago, I believe probably I'm gonna say 2014, 2013, something like that. I started teaching my kids about manifestation, about speaking things into the atmosphere, and how when you speak those things into the atmosphere and you pray on it and you believe that those things do come true. And I remember I used to take my kids to school every morning, and we used to do this thing that was called I believe. And so after I got done praying, we would pray in the morning. After I got done praying, we would start putting things in the air, and we would start by saying I believe that. So I just want to give you guys a personal testimony when it comes to manifestation, when I start putting stuff in the atmosphere, and how you have to be specific with what you want to see happen in your life. Okay, so as I stated, me and my kids were in the car and we're praying and we're talking, and then we started our I believes. Now each and every one of us did I believes, and their I believes could have been different from mine, or sometimes they said the same thing that they heard their mother say. So like I said, I believe it was 2014, 2015, maybe. um I was taking my kids to school, and I started saying, I believe that I will have a 2017 Camaro. Okay. But at that time I said a new Camaro, a brand new Camaro, black. I already said the color that I wanted. I know how I wanted it to look. I said, this is what I want. I believe that I will have a brand new black Camaro. I also started saying that me and my children will have a house. We were living in an apartment. Me and my kids and my husband, we will have a home. We will buy a home, and it will be in the area that I wanted it to be in, and we will be in that home by August. Now, mind you, I'm saying specific details in August. The specific area that I wanted my kids to go to school in, is the specific area that I wanted to live in. I put this in the atmosphere. Okay. We were saying these things every single morning. Every single morning. we would say, I believe that. It didn't matter what we saw. We said, I believe that. You have to have the faith to believe whatever it is that you're going to put out in this atmosphere on 2024. Okay. Well, it's not too late. I know it's January and it's already past the first or whatever. I don't know if you started your New Year's resolution or whatever you've done, but I'm telling you, it is time for you to start saying stuff, putting stuff in the atmosphere of how you want your year to turn out. What do you see happening for you in 2024? Okay, this is not going to be the same year. As I stated, this is the year of more. So what are you putting out there in the atmosphere? Okay, so like I said, I put the home and the place and the time frame that I wanted to be there. And let me tell you, we moved in our home, I believe it was around July, right before the kids started school. It was in July, and it was the year of, I believe, 2017, maybe 2017, 2018. I can't remember, but it was around that time. So we got the house. Okay, we moved into the house around the time that I asked God to that we wanted to move into the house. We got in the area that I asked God for. My kids were in schools that I wanted them to be in because of the educational purposes. They were in those schools. Not only that, we got into this house. A couple of months later, guess what? I got my 2017 Camaro, black Camaro. It's paid off now, but black Camaro. I asked, I put it out there in the atmosphere, and guess what? It came to me. So you cannot tell me that it doesn't work, because it does. When you put something in the atmosphere, I promise you that it will come back to you. I promise you, if you repeat it, if you believe it, and you have faith, and you do your part, I'm telling you, you will start seeing these things manifest in your life. You don't believe me? Let's talk about 2023. 2023, I was pregnant. Okay, well, 2022 going into 2023, I was pregnant, and I was so scared of my pregnancy. I was scared because I've had multiple children, and I had some complications with some of them, and I was scared of preterm labor. I was scared of my age range because I'm 38 now, and I was just scared because of all the complications that could come upon you while you're pregnant. Being pregnant is scary. So go back and watch my other podcast, 38 and Pregnant. But what I'm saying is, I started writing down some things I put it in my phone, in my notepad, and I started saying what I wanted to see in my pregnancy. I said, I want this pregnancy to be easy. I want to go full term. I want a healthy baby. I want to be healthy. I don't want to hurt long. I don't want to be in labor long. And I'm telling you, I was saying these things every single day that I was pregnant. I didn't have any issues while I was pregnant. When I had my son, he came really quickly. I was not in pain long. I'm telling you, it's time for you to start speaking things into the atmosphere. Whatever it is that you see for yourself in 2024, start speaking those things. Start believing those things. Start having faith that these things can happen. I'm telling you, I am a product of manifestation. I know that it works because I've tried it, okay? I can't tell you anything that I haven't tried. I've tried it, and it works. If you speak those things in the atmosphere, speak those things to be not as though they are, okay? Speak those things into the atmosphere. Claim it. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain so they may run and not faint. I'm telling you, if you speak these things in the atmosphere, I promise you, you will start seeing them manifest in your life. But you have to have faith, and you have to believe that this is what you want. These are the plans that you have for your life. If you want to travel this year, then say that. This year, I believe this year I'm going to travel. I believe this year is my year to become a millionaire. I believe this year that my podcast will be number one, that it would catch flight. I believe. Do you understand? I believe that my book will be number one. I believe that that my workout plan would be number one, would touch million people lives. I believe that my voice will touch somebody's heart. I believe that my home is paid off. I believe that I am debt free. What do you believe for yourself in 2024? I told you guys before to write down the things that you are good at, write down your skills, and then start working on those things. You know, we always manifest what it say, faith without works is dead. So you can have faith, but if you're not working with the faith, then it's dead. Nothing is going to come from it. Okay. So if you believe, I believe that I will have my own shop. I believe that million of people will start contacting me, asking me things about my treatment plans and stuff like. You have to be specific. Be specific with what you want. I told you I put a date on mine. I told God by August I needed my kids to be in a home that we were gonna buy because we didn't want to move anymore. We didn't want to be in apartments anymore. I told him where I wanted to be. I put it out there in the atmosphere and it came true. And we have been in this home almost 7-8 years. 2 of my children have graduated from these schools and one of them is about to graduate. I'm telling you, it works. The power of manifestation works if you work it. If you don't open up your mouth and you don't put this stuff out there in the atmosphere, then you're not going to see whatever it is that you want to see, the vision that you want to see for your life. You won't see that if you don't speak it and believe it and start working it. I don't want to go back to work. Let me tell you, 2023, a lot of things happened. I was pregnant. I had my son. Not only that, after I had my son, my job a couple months later basically told us that we're no longer needed, and so they phased out our department, and so a couple months later, after I had my child, I lost my job. Now, mind you, I was crying, I was upset, but it was the push that I needed to start my own business. It was the push that I needed to start my podcast because I'm telling you, I have so many journals of me writing stuff down and saying what I wanted to do. I want to do a podcast. There are so many things that I have on my list that I wanted to do, and if it wasn't for them releasing me off my job, I don't think I would have done that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes there have to be a push in you. Today, my bishop was talking in church this morning, and something that stood out to me, he was saying that you need to start working your gifts and your talents and your skills. He said some of you, say, well, it makes me uncomfortable. And that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a singer, but I hate my voice. I don't like the way I sound. But that God gave me a voice for a reason. He gave me a voice for a reason. And so even though I'm uncomfortable, and many people will look at me and think that I'm not uncomfortable, but I am. Even though it makes me uncomfortable, there's a reason why God gave me the voice that I have. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever it is that God has given you, even if it makes you uncomfortable, this is your year to step out on faith and do whatever it is that God has given you to do. This is your year to start speaking stuff out there, put stuff out there in the atmosphere. Start now. It's not too late. It's just January. We're in the first month. Start now. I'm telling you, it works. Manifestation works. Speaking those things out loud, it works. I'm telling you. Another instance, let me tell you, I'm just trying to tell you and build your faith up so you can understand how I believe in manifestation and how I know that it works. I was 5 months pregnant with my second child. We were in Texas or whatever, and he wanted to come early for whatever reason, and I was 5 months pregnant. They shipped me off to Arkansas because they thought that he was going to come. I was 5 centimeters dilated. They thought that he was going to come. I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. They had doped me up on all kind of medications, and then the doctor told me basically that I was 5 centimeters dilated and that my cervix was thinning, and she told me that it would not thicken back up. And so I stayed in Little Rock for almost 2 months. Okay. And the whole time they told me that I wasn't gonna be able to go home, that I was gonna have to stay there the duration of my pregnancy. So I'm telling you the power of manifestation. Listen to me. So I'm sitting there and I'm crying, and my mom told me, she said, no, you speak to yourself. Speak to that baby, speak to your cervix, and command it to line up. So that's what I started doing every single day that I was there. Now, mind you, I was there for 2 months. See, our thing is we think that just because we're speaking it, that it's going to happen quickly. And sometimes it does, but sometimes we have to wait it out. Okay. Sometimes God sends us through a season of wait. So I was there for 2 months. I'm saying this every day. My cervix will thicken back up. Mind you, they told me that this is not possible, that does not happen. So I'm saying this every single day. So I'm 7 months now. The doctor comes in and she checks me, and she says, this is unbelievable. She said, your cervix has thickened. It has thickened back up. She said that normally doesn't happen. I've never seen that happen. And so after then, she said, you know what? You can go home. Listen to me. I'm telling you, it works. You have to start speaking that stuff. I had to bring that back to my memory, because sometimes you get lax and sometimes you get upset because things are not lining up the way you think that it should line up. But then God had to tell me, sit back, girl. I have already done the things that you've asked me to do. You haven't opened up your mouth and asked me to do these other things that you've been saying or thinking about. Because you can think it, but if it haven't came out of your mouth yet, it's still just a thought. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about all these things. Mind you, my mind is always racing. So I'm thinking about all the things that I want to do, and I'm thinking about how I'm gonna do it, the process and everything like that. And God said, just speak it. Start back saying what you believe that can happen, and watch it start unfolding. So because there are a lot of things that I have written down that I have not yet said out loud. And some of it is because I'm scared to say it out loud. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know if it's going to come true or not. And I shouldn't think that way, because I know for a fact that speaking things out loud and saying things and believing those things, I know for a fact that it will come to pass, because it's happened before. And if he did it before, what Ty Tribbett said, he'll do it again. It's the same God right now. Same God back then is the same God right now. So if he did it for me in 2017 and 2015 and in 2004, then I know that he can do it again in 2024. We limit God. We limit God on what he can and cannot do. There's nothing that he can't do. Like I said, some stuff may not happen immediately and some stuff may happen immediately, but there may be a wait period, because sometimes we are not mature enough to handle what we're asking for. So sometimes he have to grow us up in the waiting period, so he can give us what we're asking for. Because why would he say, ask and you shall receive, if he wasn't going to give it to us? Why would he say that? Because he already stated that his children we're already rich in houses and land. It already belonged to us. We just haven't tapped into it yet. And some of us haven't tapped into the things that we have spoke out loud. Some of us has been speaking it out loud, but some of us haven't tapped into it yet, because we're too selfish and stingy with what we're asking for. So he knows that if he give it to us, we're not going to do what we're supposed to do with it. I'm guilty. There has been times that God has dropped things into me and my husband's life, and we did not do what we're supposed to been doing with it. And we was punished for that. So sometimes he's not going to give us the desires of our heart because he know our heart posture. He knows where we stand. He knows that we're not going to do right with what we're asking for. He knows that we're asking for some stuff that we're asking for is because we want to stun on people and not help people. Why would he give you something to stunt on people for when there's people out here that need help? Y'all don't want to talk for real, but I'm telling you, he doesn't give you things just for you. He give you things to help other people with. There are people that are in need, that needs things that you have, that needs the things that he's going to give you. But if he can't trust you with it, he's not going to make it come to pass. It's not going to happen. Now, God is a God that he cannot lie, but he will delay. He will make you wait because you're not ready. So ask yourself, what is it that I want to see in my life this year? What is it that I want to see happen in my family, in my marriage, in my finances, in my church home, in my children? What is it that I want to see? Write it down and start saying it every single day. I'm telling you, we said, I believe every single day. I made every single one of my kids, from the oldest to the youngest, I made them put things out there in the atmosphere. I made them put things out there about their grades or whatever they wanted to put out there with their I believes. That's exactly what they did. They said, I believe that I will have good grades. I believe that I will have better behavior this year. You speak it. And it's not all material things. I believe that I will have a sound mind. I believe that I will be healthy, because some of us don't need money. Some of us need our health, and some of us need our minds. Some of us need to be stress-free. It's not all about material things. What is it that you want to see happen in your life? I'm telling you, I have a whole bunch of things written down right now that I have been already speaking into the atmosphere, because I need to see God work, and I need to see some changes in my life and in my family. I need to see these things happen. And I want you to see these things happen. We don't want to go through a cycle. We don't want this for 2024 to be like 2023 and 2022 and 2021. We don't want that. This year, we want it to be different. We don't want to go through a cycle. I know I don't. I don't know about you, but I know I don't want to go through a cycle. Me and my husband, we talk about this every single day. We talk about what do we need to do to help build our family, to help build a legacy. What do we need to do to set our children up? What are the things that we have that we need to start putting out there in the atmosphere? We need to start brainstorming and putting things out there to see what catch hold. This is me and my husband talking, because we do not want to be in the same predicament that we were in the other years. This year would not happen, because we're going to put in the work. I told you, if you watch my other podcast, I told you that my one of my weakest traits is being inconsistent. This year, I believe that I won't be inconsistent. I'm telling you, it's not all about material things. It's about things that you want to see happen in your life, that you want to better for yourself, that you want better for your kids. I believe this year that my daughter, when she'll be able to choose whatever college that she want to go to, and she's going to go there with a full ride on a scholarship. I believe that. What are you believing? What is it? I believe that I will never have headaches again. I'm telling you things that I have written down. These are personal things, because I want you to know some of the things that I have written down, so you can start seeing these things manifest in my life. And then you start telling me what you're putting out there in the atmosphere that you want to be that you want to see manifest in your life. I believe this year that I'm going to be married. I'm already married. I'm talking to a single person. And for us married people, I believe that this year my marriage will be healthy. It will be good. It will be loving. It would not end in divorce. What do you believe? And start speaking it. Start speaking over your family life. Start speaking over your church people lives. Start speaking over your pastor and your pastor wife life. Start doing that, because I'm telling you, it works. All you have to do is open your mouth and start saying, I believe that this is going to happen for me. I believe that 2024 is my year to prosper. 2024 is the year of more. I will have more in my finances, more in my marriage, more in my health, more in my wealth. Listen, I'm telling you, whatever it is, write it down and speak it every single day until you start seeing it. And when you start seeing it, do what I do. I check it off. When I went to my doctor and she told me that I was doing good, I was having a good pregnancy, I checked it off. When I got to 9 months, I made it to 9 months, I checked it off. When I went into that hospital and I had him real fast and the pain wasn't too bad, I wasn't in labor long, I checked it off. When my baby came out with 10 fingers and 10 toes, I checked it off. Listen, I'm telling you, because I know what the power of manifestation can do. When we moved into this house, I checked it off. When I got my car, I checked it off. Now I'm asking for bigger and better things. Every time I speak something and it came to pass, I checked it off. And not only that, I gave God his glory. I gave God what was due to him. I said, this is not my house, God, this is your house. This is not my car, God, this is your car. This is not my child, God, this is your child. I'm telling you, do not forget to give it back to God. Let's not make what we're asking for God over our lives, ruler over our lives. Let's make sure that we're not only asking and putting out there for material things. Let's make sure that we're putting things out there in the atmosphere that's going to better ourselves. I believe that I'm going to be a better friend this year. I believe that I'm going to be a better mother this year. I believe that I'm going to be a better wife this year. I believe that I'm going to be a better Christian this year. I believe that listen, I'm telling you, it works. You want to be a better person? Then be a better person. Put it out there in the atmosphere. Whatever it is, your toxic traits, put it out there in the atmosphere. I believe that I won't be a liar anymore. I believe that I won't be a cheater anymore. I'm telling you, it works. I believe that I won't be a smoker anymore. I believe that I won't be a drinker anymore. I believe that I won't be a drug addict anymore. I believe, I'm telling you. Speak it. Say it. Believe it. And work it. I promise you, you won't regret it if you put it out there in the atmosphere and let it catch wind. I promise you, it'll be like a boomerang. That thing will come back to you so quick that you won't have anything else to do but praise God and thank him that it came so quickly. Because you believed and you put it out there in the atmosphere. This don't have to be a trying year for you. This don't have to be a rough year for you. Put it out there in the atmosphere. I don't care what it is. I believe that I won't have lupus anymore. I believe that I won't have cancer anymore. I believe that I would not be a diabetic. I believe that I won't have a heart attack. I believe that I won't have a stroke. I believe that I won't have a brain aneurysm. Listen, I'm telling you, it works. The power of manifestation works. Power is in the the tongue, life and death. Why do you think the Bible says that? Because if you speak life, life will come back to you. You speak death, death will come upon you. It says blessings and curses come out of the same mouth. So what are you speaking? What are you saying? Watch the words that you say this year. Be real careful with what you putting out there in the atmosphere. Watch what you say. Watch what you say about people. Keep your mouth off of folks, okay? Don't speak negative about people. If you don't have anything nice to say, then shut up. Don't say anything because you don't know that could be cursing you. You cursing somebody else and have cursed yourself. Be real specific this year. Be on purpose this year. Everything that you do, make sure that you do it on purpose this year. Write it down. Write the vision. Make it plain. Speak it. I don't care how many times you say it a day. I believe. Put it out there until you do believe it. I promise you, it will come to pass. Listen, I'm so excited that I made it to 2024 and that you made it to 2024. I promise you guys, there's going to be so many different things that's going to come on this podcast. I have so many different things that I want to do. So many things I want you guys to tune in to. Talia Space is a podcast, but it's not only a podcast. There's so many things that I want you guys to encounter with me on this journey. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, okay? So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I want you guys to keep watching. I want you guys to talk back to me. Let me know what you guys want me to cover this year, and I'm going to do just that. I love you guys. Be safe and Happy New Year.